Welcome to the top 10 most pulled comics for January 12th, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content, if you love me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, guys, you came to the right place. Hit that subscribe button. This is the video series where each and every week I share with you, based off of the data from leagueofcomicgeeks.com, the books that are being most pulled. This site is used to see what's coming out in the comic book weeks and you put it on your pull list, okay? That's all it is. It's not definitive sales. This is what people are most excited about based off of leagueofcomicgeeks.com. It's a great site to find out what's coming out each and every week, find out the variant covers, all that great stuff. Also, if you guys want to become a member of my YouTube channel and help support the channel, guys, all you gotta do is hit that join button right there on my home screen. You can get early releases to my videos. You can get stickers when you write comments down below. You can get badges for letting people know how long you've been a member of my channel for. And of course, you can make comments on live streams as well. So without further ado, let's get started with this week's top 10 most pulled comics. So every week I always talk about 5 comics that are on the outside looking in, and this week's first book that's there is Geiger. This is issue 3, 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 2,969 pulls, about to break the 3,000 mark, and this book is starting to get pretty good. I'm enjoying it. It's written by Jeff Johns. The art is done by Gary Frank. I mean, the combination of the two is absolutely superb. I love seeing Geiger in this series. He has more of a human side, and he's going out on a mission to possibly cure the condition that he has. If you guys never checked out Geiger before, I definitely highly suggest it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. The second book that's on the outside looking in goes to Deadpool and Wolverine. Is it Wade Wilson III, issue 2, or World War III, issue 2? I don't know. What do you call it? This book is 36 pages for the price of $5. This book does have 3,054 pulls. I personally was not overly impressed with this first issue. I kind of felt like it was all over the place. Maybe it went back and forth between present and future. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I'll be picking this one up. It just wasn't my style. The writer here is Joe Kelly. The artist here is Adam Kuber. I mean, don't get me wrong. The artwork in this book was great. The action scenes were great. It was just a story for me. It was just all over the place. I want to hear in the comments below, are you guys continuing this or did you drop this book? Book number 3 that's on the outside looking in goes to Deadpool. This is issue 3. This time around, it's going to be Deadpool versus Crossbones. These guys are at some convention with a micro-influencer. I guess you would say that's like me, right? And then all of a sudden, Crossbones like attacks this place. Kind of funny book, I'm not going to lie. The legacy numbering here is 338, 28 pages. The pull on this one is 3,228 pulls. Our writer here is Cody Ziegler, and our artist is Rogue Antonio. Listen, like I said, this book definitely has potential. I feel like Cody Ziegler is trying to develop a family dynamic when it comes to this book. Will it work for a Deadpool comic? It's still yet to be determined. We shall see. Book 4 that's on the outside looking in goes to Blood Hunt Red Band Edition. This is issue 3. This is 40 pages for the price of $6. It's the polybagged comic. It has 3,581 pulls. It's written by Jed McKay. The art is done by Pepe Larez. This is the event book for Marvel. Listen, I feel like a lot of people went after that polybagged version. Are you continuing to read the polybagged version, or are you going after just the regular comic? Does it make that much of a difference for you? For me, I rather read the Red Band edition, because if you're gonna have any gore on it, I want to see it. If there's any added story to it, even maybe 1 or 2 pages, I want to see it. So I personally am going to buy the Red Band edition. Let me know what you're buying in the comments below. You're gonna laugh at this one, guys. Book 5 that's on the outside looking in goes to Blood Hunt issue 3, the regular edition. So this one is out pulling the polybagged but not by very much. This one is 32 pages. It is cheaper. It's $4.99. And the pulls on this one is 3,602. The difference is minuscule. And it seems like, based off of this pull number, it seems like a lot of people are either pulling both of them, right? That's where I would gather just based off of looking at this data here. And it's kind of funny, on the outside looking in, we got 2 Deadpool books and we got 2 Blood Hunt books here. But everything I said previously stands to this book as well. Curious to see the direction of this and what the differences are between the red band and the regular version. Here we go, officially, number 10 now. I feel like this title has dropped a little bit. Star Wars Darth Vader, issue 47. It's definitely flirting with getting out of the countdown here. This book is 28 pages with the price of $5. This book has 4,190 pulls. The raising of Exegol continues. Darth Vader and the Schism Imperial launches their bloodiest challenge to the power of Palpatine with the assault on Exegol. I don't even know if I said that name right. I have no idea what's going on with this story. It looks like maybe is that the creature behind Darth Vader there on the main cover? Let me know what you guys think of Darth Vader here. The writer is Greg Pak, and the art is done by Raphael Lenko. So, yeah, give me all your thoughts about Darth Vader in the comment section below. Holding on to that 9th spot this week, it goes to Gods. This is issue 8, 40 pages for the price of $5. Written by Jonathan Hickman, and the art is done by Valerio Schiti. This book does have 4,326, holding pretty strong on the pull count here. Some people are telling me, yes, this book may have been slow in the beginning, but it's been really good. And I feel like if you are a fan of Jonathan Hickman, you might like this book. Unfortunately for me, I did fall off of it, so I don't know if I'll go back and read it in trade, but if you really want me to, just let me know in the comments below. The Incredible Hulk issue 13, smashing its way into the top 10 at number 8. Legacy numbering 794. It has 28 pages for the price of $4. This book does have 4,642 pulls attached to it. I feel like the story has gotten better with Hulk going to the Strange Academy to look for Doctor Strange to see if he can cure Charlie. And he didn't find Doctor Strange, but he did find Dr. Voodoo, and Dr. Voodoo sent Banner and Hulk in a different realm, and it looks like they're going to be battling each other. Looks like a lot of fun. Can't deny that Nick Klein artwork. So we see if Hulk can continue to climb up that list once again. So this book is written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and like I said earlier, the art is done by Nick Klein. Batman and Robin issue 10 holds on to the number 7 spot this week, as this book is 32 pages for the price of $5. This book has 4,865 pulls. You're talking a few hundred pulls determining, 8th and 7th place here, guys. The writer is Joshua Williamson. The art is done by Simone DiMeo. This book is pretty good. The only issue I have with it now is that I feel like it's too drawn out when it comes to the plot. We're focused so much on this whole Man-Bat story. I'm getting really tired of it. I do like the Flatline character interacting with Damian Wayne. I think that's fun. I like the father-son dynamic. But the whole Shush situation was very predictable. Everybody knew who Shush was right from the start. Said, oh yeah, they're connected to Hush. And sure enough, she was. And so this left this, I don't know, unwanted feeling for this comic. You're kind of like, man, I really wanted something to be different, but it wasn't different. Now what? It's kind of like, we'll see where it goes when it comes to Batman and Robin. Number 6 goes to another DC comic this week. It is Green Lantern. This is issue 12. 40 pages for the price of $5. This book does break the 5,000 mark. It has 5,087 pulls. This book is climbing up the ranks. The writer here is Jeremy Adams, and the art is done by Sermonico. this book is great as it's starting to reintroduce all the different colored lanterns, right? The whole spectrum. And hopefully in this issue, we wind up getting to see Carol Ferris become a Star Sapphire once again and maybe reunite with Hal Jordan and them becoming lovers, because the biggest thing was Carol Ferris being human and Hal Jordan being out in space, being a Green Lantern and not being together. But now that she gets that power again, does it happen? I don't know. We'll see. You'll have to read and find out. Love this book. Can't wait for it. Here we go. Top 5. You might be a little bit surprised, maybe, at the next 3 comic books. But number 5 goes to the Avengers, issue 15. This is legacy numbering 781. This is a 28-page comic for $4. It is a Blood Hunt tie-in. And like I said, this book is connected to Jed MacKay, so you might want to check it out. It has 5,305 pulls. The artist on this one is done by Carlos Fabian Villa. The artwork in this series is beautiful. It's so gorgeous. The artwork is just... The action in this book is just amazing. Like, just everything is beautiful. Colors are beautiful, just awesome. And in this book, we're gonna have a bunch of freaking vampires, and they're all gonna be on a helicarrier battling the Avengers. I think that's gonna be fun. The last issue was fun. Hopefully this one keeps up the pace. And again, books like these remind me of summer action movies, and that's what Blood Hunt is to me. So I want to know if you guys are reading Avengers right now, and what do you think of it? Hitting that number 4 spot, this is funny, is Fantastic Four, issue 21. Legacy numbering 714, 28 pages for the price of $4. This book has 5,828 pulls on top of it. You guys want to know what's going on with the Fantastic Four and how they're dealing with these vampires? Well, this story is going to consist of them being on a day trip in New York, and what's going to happen is the vampires come, and then it's going to be up to Reed Richards to, of course, come up with some kind of cure to stop all these vampires. So it's the Fantastic Four versus the world here, and we're going to see if they prevail. Guys, the writer of this comic book is Ryan North, and the art is done by Ivan Forelli, and the cover art is done by Alex Ross, of course. Coming in at number 3 is a Spider book, but it's a Blood Hunt tie-in, and this one is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue 21. The legacy numbering here is 303, 28 pages, $4. This book has 6,138 pulls. The book is written by Cody Ziegler. The art is done by Brent Peoples. Artwork is always solid in this book, but why you want to pick up this one is because I think this is the book where we get to see Blade turn Miles into a vampire. So if you read the last issue of Blood Hunt, right, you got to see kind of what happened to Miles, but not really. You got to see him be a vampire, but you never saw actually, you know, how he became that way. And I think this issue is going to show you that. And if it does, this will make for a fantastic tie-in. So you might want to check this one out, guys. Coming in at number 2, and I told you this book will slowly climb as it gains popularity, and it's Transformers. This is issue 9. Remember how far it was like a month ago, how far down it was? Now it's at the number 2 spot. I still think it needs more pulls though. It has 6,633 pulls. This book is written by Daniel Warren Johnson, and the art is done by Jorge Corona. An absolutely spectacular series, guys, as we are learning more about the Autobots and Decepticons. Last issue, we got to see the Decepticon base rise from the waters, right? And it looks like they'll be able to reach out to Cybertron to get new Decepticons. Who will come into this version of Transformers series? Still yet to be seen, but I cannot wait. Fantastic series written by Daniel Warren Johnson. Definitely, guys, if for whatever reason you're not reading this, you need to read it. It's a fantastic series. I think you guys are going to totally be surprised at what grabs the number 1 spot this week. And it goes to Ultimate X-Men. This is issue 4. 28 pages for the price of $5, guys. This book does not win in dominant form like a Batman or a Spider-Man, right? This book has 7,201 pulls, but it does win over the Transformers, which I am surprised about. It's written and drawn by Peach Momoko, guys. And in this book, we're going to get to see Nico in her full form in this version of her in the Ultimate Universe. You get to see Armor. You get to see Storm now. And it looks like we're going to learn more about their abilities. And Nico knows that they're mutants because she says it at the end of the last issue, right? And those two are totally surprised. So now we're wound up going to see one of the characters' whole world gets flipped upside down in this particular comic book. And I think we're going to be dealing with an enemy very, very shortly in this comic. I think this book is good. I think it's a slow burn comic. It may not be for everybody, but I want to see the journey. I want to see where they go from beginning to whenever this story ends and see how they grow as characters. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And I want to know if you guys in the comments below are in it for the journey as well. So there you have it, webheads. There are the most pulled comics of the week. Are you excited for these new comics that are coming out this comic book week? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, guys, I'm going to leave you more content right here. In fact, I did a pretty cool topic video when it comes to comic book pull lists and how you're cutting back and things like that. So why don't you click on it and check it out. And of course, guys, remember, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read your comics so we can have great comic conversation.